Yo, what is going on, guys? Uncharted Knight here. Today, we are going to be reacting to Treyarch's live stream for the new operation that is releasing tomorrow. And maybe, hopefully, DLC 2, or a Nuketown Remastered trailer. No promises of that, though. That would be very nice, though. Okay. Starting in about 9 minutes now. I'm going to move the camera. Yeah, that probably does look a little better for what we're doing. Yeah. I don't know if they're... Oh. Treyarch has a Twitch channel. What are you on about? Wait, are they not streaming? Are they only streaming on YouTube? They might only be streaming on YouTube. I don't really know. I'd rather watch it on Twitch, but I don't know if it is on Twitch. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat right now. I'm trying to get a tweet out. I'll check in a second. Also, my voice isn't all there. Wait, that's not... Also, my voice isn't all there. Oh, shit. Wait, that's not... Wait. You don't need to hear me twice. I will check chat in 1 second here. Promise. Oh yeah, what's up, Xavier? What's up, Vindicta? Talking to you earlier. How you doing? Sorry, my voice is just a little gone right now. I guess they're only live on YouTube. Let's hope for Nuketown Zombies. If not, we get a new map next month. But if there is Nuketown Zombies, I hope they release it at midnight and not 12 o'clock tomorrow. Because midnight releases for maps are just, it has so much hype behind them. What's up, Donnie Jones? How you doing? Alright, everyone, pray to whatever God you believe in, whatever religion. Pray there's a Nuketown Remastered coming tomorrow. Pray for zombies content other than whatever. I don't even know what it's called. What's the new mode called? After this one, we might play something. We might play some zombies. I don't know. Blackout. Don't get me wrong. The Blackout stuff looks really cool tomorrow. I'll bet you playing that. Map is coming out in March. Well, people are... Yeah, I saw that, but people are also saying there might be a Nuketown not included with the Black Ops Pass coming out tomorrow. Because people have been talking about Nuketown Remastered and Black Ops 4 for months now. But the Greece map is coming out in March. Hopefully that's a good map. Alright. Sorry. Alright, everyone in chat, tell me if the audio's good, if you can hear me well. If I'm too loud, you're quiet, whatever. See what this chat is saying. Yo, 4B3. Ether, please. Look at it. It's all zombies. Look at this chat. Look at it. Look at it. I love it, bro. I love it. When there's something to be hyped about, the zombies community is all there. I love it. Look at this, bro. I love it. If there's a new map that whenever it releases, we will be playing it. Sorry I've been so inactive. I just haven't had anything to post. I was gonna stream grinding for Dark Matter. But like, that's just taking on. Oh, my boy Greg! Like, this is, yeah, this is zombies music. Oh my god, bro, I'm so excited! I'm gonna move my mic a little away from me. You got me hyped, hopefully it does come out tomorrow. I got myself hyped! Oh, I really don't want to be disappointed. Oh my god. Oh yeah, for all you OG people, we got a new poster over here. More than just Origins. Got an Avengers poster now. This poster's been here since the beginning, bro. We've been here for that long. What's up, Harley? How you doing? Yeah, like I mentioned, my voice is just a little gone. Hopefully it'll be better soon. 2 minutes, baby! My hair is so bad, bro. I haven't showered today yet. Yeah, this is the main menu music. 304. A long time. College is good. I'm not as devoted to school as you are. But like, that's good. That's good. If you want to go to college, you can do pretty much whatever you want. Get a degree, you know? I don't know if I want to go to college. I don't know what I want to do, to be honest. Thought about it too much. Alright, at the very least, we're going to probably get a trailer for the map, for the Grease map coming out in March. So we can at least react to that. But hopefully, there's a Nuketown trailer for the map tomorrow. Hopefully, if there is a map. Because this map isn't, if it releases, it's not going to be included in the Black Ops Pass, so it's going to be free. Most likely. So they might just drop it on us as like a surprise, which would be super nice, like a good surprise, not like the dead of the night. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Mute my mic real quick. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I saw your text, Hunter. That'd be pretty dope, honestly. I don't know if they're gonna do that, though. Did they do that for the first one? Called me. Black Ops 1? Oh, this is just... Your mic's not working? Yeah, I muted it for a second. Sorry about that. Oh, that's true, actually. You're right. Oh, this little cinematic is so dope. Nothing for Black Ops 4, though, I don't think. Oh. Alright. This again. I mean, this trailer is very dope. Yeah, they're definitely not going to make you pay for the Cosmic Silverback. Dude, dude, look how good Misty looks in this game, because we haven't actually seen her since Black Ops 2. Like, you just, like, she looks so much graphically better. Arrow. That actually looks dope. Bow and arrow's gonna be dope. Brutus and the zombie skin. I didn't catch that the first time. Buried, obviously. Are they only adding Misty, none of the other Victus crew? Like, this trailer's dope. Well, Harley, this isn't coming out till next week on Xbox, so you might be able to play it when it releases for you. That looks like the Chi-Com from BO2. This looks like Challenge Shuffle. The greatest map of all time. This trailer is just so dope. Just Treyarch, it looks really bad though, like the quality on stream. Treyarch are not good at live streams. Like, look at that. Yeah, and they went out of their way to advertise the Cosmic Silverback, and not like Brutus or the zombie skin. Always bet on black. All ready to get it fixed. What's up, brother?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Raffis, and welcome to Treyarch on this gorgeous President's Day. What you just saw was the new trailer for Operation 3 Grand Heist. Kicks off tomorrow first on PlayStation 4.
Oh, the joke bridge.
And to discuss all of that and more, I'm here with the original Motley crew. Dan Bunting, Tony Flame, Matt Schranz. We're going to dive into all things coming during this operation. Guys, thanks for being here.
Oh, it's a wood sculpt. That's cool.
Great to be here.
No. Dial it back down from an 11. All right.
Monday morning.
You're
asking a lot of us.
It is Monday. It is Monday. All right, Dan, want to kind of kick things off with
Mystery box. Or Toffin statue.
Last day of Operation 2, heading into Operation 3 Grand Heist.
I have that, actually.
Shapes and colors. Tell us, remind us about the season structure. Tell us what is to come, and
would
how
love
the team's
to.
Been working on it.
So as you said, today is the last day of season 2. So get out there and finish that season out, because tomorrow it all kicks off.
Already got you, fam.
3 Grand Heist, and this is our biggest operation yet. This is something that the team has been working on.
Is that a firebreak helmet?
For the last few months to bring this to the fans. It is the beginning of the season tomorrow. That means that there is a ton of content and events planned throughout the season. So I want to make sure that our fans know that this is this is the kickoff. This is the beginning. So a lot of the stuff that you see in the trailer that we just watched is going to be available from day one. Some of it's going to come throughout the season. Some of it's going to come a little bit later. Some of it's going to come every week. So we have a lot of exciting action planned across multiplayer, Blackout, and Zombies.
Well, to maybe for anybody that wants to sort of take a little bit of a deeper dive, we just released a blog post that has a roadmap for the operation.
Correct. Yes.
So you get a bit of a feel for sort of generally what is coming when.
Well, at least Misty's coming in the new operation.
Spring, summer, fall.
Or Michelle Gellar definitely isn't though. Sorry.
Six operations.
They're not going to bring her back, I don't think.
And those are up on the blog post as you mentioned.
Yeah, but look at this. 2 new zombie experiences in future content.
Walk our fans through the series of events that are going to happen this week. Tomorrow is the big update. Of course,
get this.
Multiplayer, the big thing that you're going to notice.
New Zombies map.
Outriders coming. Outriders,
but this is all Black Ops past content, so they could release Nuketown outside of it.
A lot of people have been asking for Outrider to make her return in this game. We have done some overhauls to her mechanics. Of course, the Sparrow is a favorite. That's like one of the most rewarding weapons that we've probably ever released in the game.
Silverback is definitely part of it.
one of the big changes you're going to notice
Sarah
with
survived,
Sparrow
though.
is that
No, Sarah didn't survive.
performs
She
just
died
as
and
good
called
when
it
firing
dead.
from the hip as it does when ADS. The benefit that ADS gets you is
Really?
you get to get zoomed in for longer range combat. But that just makes it.
If you're
feel
talking about the
so much
Revelations
more
radios, that's
satisfying and
that
more
was from
flexible
Arrow's
in
assistant,
all
I think.
situations.
People thought it was Sarah Michelle
Her
Gellar, but it wasn't.
Hawk is the new piece of equipment that she has, and that's a little mini drone.
They can't bring her back though,
So
because like
Hawk and
she's like
Sparrow
a
are her two
celebrity
items.
character. They don't want to pay for the rights.
Hawk, you can fly, park it in a location, and it will automatically tag any enemies that walk through that camera's field of view from wherever you've left it parked.
We also see the return of party games.
That's right, one in the
Party
chamber,
games.
first one tomorrow.
That's cool. I like
we'll
that.
go into
I do like that.
in a little bit more detail. That's one of our favorite modes from Black Ops 1, and when we did the party games back then. And kicked that off. It's a very different way to play. It's kind of like a mix between slower and tactical and fast-paced sometimes and chaotic. It gets pretty crazy, those tense moments when you're one-on-one with somebody who you don't know if they have a pistol, if they have a bullet or not in their chamber. And then of course there's a series of others that are planned throughout the season, which you can find on the blog. And yeah, it's really exciting. That's going to kick off tomorrow.
Well, I mean, while we've still got plenty to talk about in the Operation 3 front, there's still a pretty large tuning pass for tomorrow as well, which we want to get into. Now, just to kind of, I mean, what are we forgetting? It's like we've got a couple new weapons coming tomorrow as well.
Yeah, we've got some new weapons coming. We've got the Rampage full auto shotgun, which is a lot of fun. We haven't had a full auto shotgun in this game yet, so.
What is that from? That's from something.
Tough weapon to get right, but it's so satisfying to use. And we think it's in a great spot for the balance, so we're really excited.
Oh, I thought it was the cheat gun.
It's got its own unique set of attachments, just like all the other guns, so it indexes a little bit more on handling, actually.
What does that look like? I know what that is. I've seen that before. That's like a spaz.
Mechanic where you want to get more pellets on target.
Yeah, that looks like a spaz.
Your accuracy is actually going to come into effect more than with some of the other.
Pretty dope.
We have.
And then there's the Switchblade.
Yeah, we got the Switchblade, which is a really fun SMG. It actually folds into kind of like a briefcase sort of shape and back again, so it fits in with the
That would be an actual Switchblade.
Because of its folding nature, modular nature, it's more of a lightweight SMG, so it's very fast handling, fast to reload. It fits in actually to some of the balance we've done to make sure that there's that it has a little bit of room for it. There's room to get some of the other guns to focus on their core strengths and make some more room for the new Switchblade. So it's going to have its own place within the SMG class that's getting a balance pass as part of this operation as well.
And I mean, so especially whenever you get into you know, map locations like Casino and sort of fitting the theme of Grand Heist, we've got a new melee weapon as well that fits right into the mix.
That's right. Grab the cash, grab the money bag, and then smack players in the face with it. There's a money bag melee weapon.
Wait,
so
what?
We're just thinking of ways to have fun with the operation. New melee weapons. And
no, I haven't played Mortal Kombat.
It's a bag of cash. Smack people with it. A couple coins might fall out. So it's
that's cool. I like that.
Just to run around the.
We're having fun with the game.
Cha-ching or
for the next operation, maybe we could live stream that creative brainstorm, sort of like how
You don't want to see this.
Yes.
how we get to that one. Anything else that we want to cover on the multiplayer front before we dive into tuning pass stuff?
Well, one thing we kind of breezed over, but there's two brand new maps that are coming with this operation to multiplayer. One is called Lockup. The other one.
They're gonna do zombies. They're gonna wait till the end.
Is set in an LAPD kind
Here we go, Switchblade.
Police headquarters that's been assaulted. The bad guys are trying to steal the evidence in one of their cases against them. Is the fiction behind it? And then of course, Casino is, as its name would imply, is a casino based in.
Just explain that.
Just
to me?
right on the nose.
Right on. Okay, got it.
And it's
That's good,
based in Monaco.
Happy for you.
So it's kind of got that European flair, very ornate,
I don't know who G8 is.
opulent kind of.
Like that's cool.
Old world sort of casino building with Formula 1 racing happening all around it.
I don't know if this is a new map or not. I don't play multiplayer.
Different. If you look at the difference between the two, Lockup really is about verticality, rooftops, fighting high-low, up and down, through some winding passageways.
Well, we're going to jump in with Miles here pretty soon.
Okay.
He's
giving you the overview.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yes. So one more thing, just I don't know if we made the point or not, but the operation is going to be going on for like
couple months, yeah.
Couple months.
It's going to be going through March and into April as well.
So what that means for us is there's going to be more things coming throughout the operation.
Oh, the money bag. I want to see that.
At the start, and then of course we've got more. We can't say what those things are or whatever, but just
I'm sure we'll have plenty of teasers.
There's a lot coming.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's jump into tuning pass stuff.
Sure.
So, in addition to Operation 3, there's plenty of updates planned for tomorrow.
Okay, stop talking about multiplayer.
We'll have some stuff to talk about a little bit later on the Blackout front with multiplayer. What's in store?
Well, so we put the balance changes that we're doing out actually on Friday. So they're out there. Some people may have seen them, you may not. So you can check out the Reddit blog post to see that. And of course, we'll go over at a higher level here rather than going through every single change. But really, the way we've actually, for weapon balance, from how we look at it in the analytics and data, it's actually the best it's been in a game at this time in the past few months. So we've been a little bit hands-off, but at the same time, we want to freshen the game up. We want to address the issues that the community has been talking about and experiencing. And really, this game, we're taking more of an approach of a community-focused, more focus on the community feedback than just kind of data-driven.
Yeah.
And so we want to hear what people have to say. Yeah. We want to hear what their take on the various issues of the game are. And that's been actually really successful, and it's been great to get all the feedback from the community. So we've been reaching out a lot, and so that helped inform on kind of not just like what we do exactly, but how we do it, or just getting extra opinions on this pass.
Has the community of fans had much feedback?
Yeah, well, it's great. It's more data really, like every single. But we get to read it individually, and kind of there's sometimes a little bit of detail that's hidden can actually be a gem of insight. You never know where it might come from. So one thing that we heard a lot of, number one, was the Titan. That was the number one piece of feedback we got. People are a lot of people love using the Titan, but it's as far as our whole player base goes, there's people aren't quite happy with where it's at right now. So we're going to make some adjustments to that, bring the Titan kind of where players' expectation is for it, and we're doing that by
fixing the game.
Different ways.
Start.
Really, it's about making it feel fair in a heads-up gunfight, so you feel like you have a good chance against it. And also, some players have, we've had the issue of it taking down score streaks a little too quickly, so we're taking down its ability to do that a little bit. Still going to be strong. We want to keep the core feel of it. That's important of it, right?
Absolutely.
That the guns still feel powerful. So the Titan was kind of the first one from the community perspective, and it matched up what we were seeing. So that was an easy one to knock out.
If I'm not mistaken, there were a couple, and this kind of gets us into sort of the
I don't know what that is.
competitive feature set. There were a couple updates made to weapons that sort of, we wanted to make sure that we got out in front of this week's CWL action as well. And it's probably worth mentioning as we kind of
I actually don't know.
updates that League Play goes live on Thursday.
Yes.
So.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, League Play's going live.
So SOG 9, what else is?
So I mean, this will affect. Now talking about assault rifles and SMGs kind of as a class, right? Because it all kind of ties in together. That's going to affect the majority of players right there between those two classes. So we really wanted to get the balance right within those classes. We like how many there's about 4 to 3 or so ARs to SMGs. We like that balance. That feels good for players. But within the class, we're seeing like too many Spitfires, right, or too many SOGs. And then on the AR side, maybe too many matches.
Yeah, it's just hard to bring back celebrity characters because like they have to pay them a lot more than like Dempsey or Richtofen or Misty. But Misty is coming back probably in Zombies at some point, but Blackout Tomorrow's a playable character.
So that's where we like to be ideally, and we see that with some the ICR, for example, is really popular with the pros. So when it comes to that, we took
I don't care about this part. I'll talk to it.
And there was an opportunity there as well to address some feedback that was coming straight from the pros.
Why does this look so bad?
On the SOG. So the pros are so good that they can notice when the speed gets a little bit too fast for when it starts to mess with their gun mechanics. And the SOG is actually having that issue with its base movement speed, with its stock movement speed, and we're getting direct feedback. There's a whole loop of things that the pros know more.
That wood sculpt is freaking me out.
And we wanted to address that. So we took down the speeds of the SOG down to a reasonable amount for an SMG. Actually, as a gun, it was faster than all the other SMGs, which was something we were toying with this archetype. It doesn't need that in order to be good. So we're going to bring that back down. That's also going to help with the overall pacing of the game.
My man does not know what's going on.
So that's really mainly the SOG was mainly about its speed. Other than that, it's going to play very much the same. So
the actor tweeted or was on Instagram or something.
The next gun that all
remember
pros
that.
And players have been gravitating towards, which is the Maddox. That gun's kind of been sucking players in towards it over time. We're seeing more and more players move towards it. So in order to stem that off, make sure that it doesn't become a one-gun meta in the pro or the public scene, we want to take the Maddox down a little bit and as well elevate some of the other assault rifles. So hopefully what we see is some better pacing, getting that tighter gunplay across the board, and then more guns that are going to be relevant in competitive and public.
All right, we've got Miles in a pre-recorded segment kind of walking us through Casino and Lockup in greater detail. Before we kick it off to Miles, is there anything else that you guys wanted to cover, particularly on the MP front?
I mean, I can touch on the just kind of additional thing with score streaks.
Absolutely.
I don't want to say that Tony's FMJ2 was preventing devastating score streaks, but we came to an agreement. I mean, it's a good point. You know, Tony, Kevin, and myself kind of looked at you know, very specific, what is FMJ2 doing to certain vehicles? So we've increased some vehicle health, like the strafe run, for example. On the strafe run again, it still wasn't quite hitting our targets. So we're doing a big buff pass more than anything for the score streaks. We made the cost adjustments earlier in the year, I believe it was. So we're still just fine-tuning the score streaks, and I think a big one for the score streaks that I've seen some positive feedback on was that score streak kills in modes with friendly fire, hardcore, your Pro Series mosh pit. Those won't actually contribute towards the team kill kick limit. There's, you know, a lot of times that you're afraid to call in a strafe run in hardcore because it could potentially get you kicked. So we're you know, that's one of those times where we've kind of held sacred to that.
Stop talking about multiplayer.
We're gonna make a change there, and so you're not gonna get kicked with score streak kills after tomorrow. There may be some additional, you know, punishments needed there if it becomes a problem, but we're gonna put that out and see how that goes. So overall, just a few buffs here and there for score streaks. So I'm hoping that's gonna be good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Then on the specialist side as well, we got a few changes coming in. Consistent feedback we've been getting, things we've been feeling here in the studio. Some of the specialist abilities that are getting more and more play, that there's not enough counterplay there. So we're focusing on making sure that you can counter the abilities that are frustrating you. So 9-bang, we got a couple new ways to fight against that. You can change stances, you can see a little bit better through it. You can put
anything else on MP?
Counter. The Seeker drone, getting very popular. That's gonna, if you shoot that thing with a shot, you're gonna be able to take it out. Thing's small enough, it should go down to a bullet. That's how we felt in play testing, so it feels like there is a proper counter. So that's one of the changes too. And of course we have Outrider coming in, who's really gonna mix up the whole.
The Transit could come back in Zombie Chronicles too if that happens. I don't think they're gonna remaster it out of nowhere though.
She's kind of actually been easy to develop because she's just been.
If they make, I don't really like Transit as it is, but if they remaster, they can make it better. Especially since it's on a whole new console.
To that is that not only is
they have more room to work with.
Super satisfying to use. It's got a scope on it now. You can get a long range. You get that zoom. And it's just overall more polished and smooth than it's been before. But her Hawk drone is so satisfying to use. You really get a different gameplay flow and pace to throw out your drone, fly it around, pilot it to just wherever you want. Which,
what's he talking about?
The game mode, or the map, or your play style, you can use it differently depending on any of those. And not only that, but you put it there, and now the enemies actually have a really interesting way to interact with that. It's super satisfying to see an Outrider flying her camera around and you shoot it out of the sky, right? So there's some good back and forth there. She's fun to play. She's also just as fun to fight against.
Cool. All right. Again, just to kind of reiterate, we've got the blog post for Operation 3 that has gone live this morning on Treyarch.com. You can find it there with the roadmap for the entire operation. Unfortunately,
this man's looking in my soul.
Leslie was not able to join us today, but we did have a chance to catch up with him the other day, and we were able to tape a segment for him to talk us through Casino and Lockup, the two multiplayer maps that you'll get with Operation 3 in the Black Ops Pass. And with that, we'll throw it back over to Miles.
I'm not even going to download these maps. I don't want to hear about them.
Thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us about the multiplayer maps coming in Operation 3. As people watch this, it'll be coming out tomorrow on Tuesday. High level, what's coming in Grand Heist?
There's a lot of content, you know, so...
Hey, Grand Heist, can I hear about this?
We've got two brand new experiences that we're super excited to talk about with Lockup and then Casino, and then all of the, you know, different weapons and the war zone, the blackout changes that we've got coming out. There's just a lot going on in the Grand Heist, and what we really try to do with the operations in Grand Heist and with, you know, the previous Absolute Zero was really try to wrap it, you know, in something and give it some.
That sweatshirt actually looks really comfortable.
And really embellish. And
weird observation, but that's what I'm making.
I think the two MP maps, you know, specifically talking about those, really lean into that idea where it's the Grand Heist and we literally have a police station.
Yeah, Scarlett's definitely the best character in the Chaos storyline right now.
It fits perfectly.
Well, I mean, the team has always done a pretty amazing job with sort of the depth of the lore for their multiplayer maps. Give us the backstories on Lockup.
Taking so long.
What are we getting ourselves into?
Lots of things, lots of trouble. So we'll start with Lockup, which is really cool and different, as we've never done a police station, and it really started from this idea of. So we talk about verticality, and we've had verticality in maps, and even if you go to like, you know, Elevation, which we just released previously, is where we really wanted to get high to low.
Dude, he's got a nice sweatshirt. What do you mean?
Give you examples. We wanted a team to have to own a roof, right? We wanted to have to king of the hill. We've never kind of done that before, and this idea started to just kind of flow as like, hey,
I'm not even gonna download this.
Work where, you know, bad guys have taken over, they've attacked the police station, and they kind of owned the roof. And now it's about attacking the roof in lots of different ways. So the hook of that really is getting on the roof and the verticality to and from it. Switching to Casino, which is drastically different, is while there is some verticality, the main thing is that the entire center of the map is one continuous open space. So it feels super grand and epic. The map is fairly large overall, and the room.
Look at the chat.
So it feels very different because there's a lot of long range, but there's also ducking and weaving behind slot machines and roulette tables.
Ether is my daddy. Oh, this is way more entertaining.
Has been really kind of exploring a lot of different types of
nerf the zestable spiders.
Modes. To what extent have game modes really kind of inspired sort of design?
We want Bowman for Black. Oh, I do want Bowman for Blackout. Okay, that was actually okay.
Right, and TDM is super popular.
Uge King cares about Blackout. Okay. Dead Game, Knife Gang, Pathetic, Warzone Boys, Zombies, John Cena ate my bathtub. Okay. Bad Boys, Wong for Blackout. Oh, wrong for Blackout. I said Wong. Apex Legends. Yep. Alex. World War II. Nope. Vast. Okay. He's a Black Ops 1 character. Okay, yeah, nerf the Zestibo Spiders again. Jesus is my dad. Give us more zombie amusements? Where's John Cena? Talk about zombies? Alright, 1 second. But look, once they actually do a trailer, get people hyped up. We got 15,000 viewers on their channel right now. Zombies? Where's zombies, man? Delete your servers. Zombies, no last trailer. Zombies. BO4 is getting consistent. Hope my uploads were... What? Fix Garad Crovey. Very true. Nerf the Garad Crovey end cutscene. I don't know how you nerf an end cutscene. Where's zombies? That wood's in the background, dummy. Yeah, I know. Go to zombies already. This isn't Apex Legends. Yeah, it's official Call of Duty Black Ops 4. You thought it was Apex Legends?
I'm a fan of Treyarch maps.
Where's my son Jason? Fix Gorod. So no head. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So
fix Gorod for God's sakes. I agree. VSAT.
We know that that's a jumping off.
Anyone actually put? Oh. Talk about zombies.
So this verticality and roof.
The giant Easter egg. What?
You really need to take.
Pick me up when that.
Successful. And it's the central building, and there's
is going nerf the Spitfire. That Ops Arcade confirmed. Nerf the chat feed, please. I agree. Zombies. This is not Black Ops anymore. No, it's Black Ops 4. Fix Garad Crovey. Okay.
Sure.
Get to Blackout already. Zombies? Question mark. Leland multiplayer. I don't know why you want Leland multiplayer. Nerf the barricade and barbed wire. Treyarch damned for what?
And one of the cool sort of elements with the roof is it's a one-way.
Rip zombies. Fix Gorod. Every other comment is fix Gorod. Bo. Yes, Bo.
Before is like if I go down,
fix Gorod.
I'm not going to be able to get back up, and there's
fix Gorod.
Like, am I leaving the power position? But it's also a cool bail because you get that like blockbuster movie moment where you're like, hey, I got to get.
Add the brekkie. Do not add the brekkie.
Right? So there's some
Nuketown Zombies remake confirmed. What? Well, Double liquidity in Black Ops 3. Knife Gang.
The other day,
why I don't get why PS4 gets things early. They pay more. Transit or Riot. Okay. I Amen. I'm gonna ban that guy. There's a new Zombies map in March. Yes, we know. Zombies sucks. Zombies please. Okay, 2 different people.
But like, I mean, you've seen some maps.
I've seen some maps.
Fortnite is better.
Got some new twists
no.
and turns.
VSAT. I don't know what a VSAT. What is the VSAT? Double Gang. That's World War II, baby. VSAT Gang. T-Gay. I agree with that one. Where's Zombies? T-Gay.
Casino's actually the hardest map I can say.
I want multiplayer classics to come back. Yeah, that'd be nice.
A lot of iterations where
I'm not even. I'm not even listening to them. I've just been reading the chat out loud.
Challenge ourselves.
Blackout is dead. I don't know about that one. Got 15,000 people watching. Cool is stupid except for zombies. Or kind of stupid except for zombies.
But also
anyone playing Xbox?
The lanes aren't separated.
Zombies map next month. Master Transit. Zombies. That zombies. Is there free DLC for Apex? Yes. No one wants zombies. It's garbage this year. Bring back Call of Duty. Where's Vondi? Dead of the night, lads.
In the central bar, there's some of this stuff right here, and weaving your way towards this bar that you can hold.
Oh, Fortnite. I don't know. Fortnite still has a lot of players. Apex isn't my type of game, but I can see the appeal for it.
The main thing is that it's really large. And
I still play Fortnite sometimes. Looks like a bro. Buff Thanos. Yes, please buff Thanos. Add a Wong.
We've never had within a single lane this way to like quickly
Wong Easter egg?
Out of short and long.
Yeah.
This is boring. So basically, Dead of the Night.
That caused a huge challenge to us because trying to really
Apex is like PUBG, yeah, pretty much.
Those elements
I know.
proved to be very difficult. Like
you turn the stream up, yeah.
They're not built to be used as cover, right? And set
up the volume.
Or, you know, craps tables or roulette tables is like, how do you use those things? Because if not,
let's go right.
Justice to the casino element. So we really try to find the right way to do that, and that took a lot of challenge to nail down.
That was loud. That shit was loud.
We rebooted this map like 3 times.
Zombies is for losers. I agree. Nuketown Zombies confirmed. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they didn't mention anything about Nuketown Zombies right now. Grayson. I don't know who Grayson is, but congrats to you.
All in all, we're super proud of this one.
Zombies and stop focus. This isn't even black. They're talking about multiplayer. Still haven't heard about League play. They did say something about League play. Zombies is coming. Check description. I'm not. Check what description?
Down a bar. I'm your man.
We got all the references.
I did turn up the COD one.
So I mean, just kind of.
I turned up the volume, not my voice.
Like, what do you hope people take away from Lockup and Casino?
Yeah, the main thing there is I hope.
Happy now.
When they dive in, really.
At least 3 zombies maps. That's just asking for.
From the outside and looking at them, it can look more like a standard.
Yeah, T-gay, which I respect.
So many little, twists and turns and different experiences.
Blackout is great. At least they tried.
That it's really going to.
What?
Encourage you and
yawn.
Talking about making that choice on the roof to play differently.
Head combat record, you scrubs. Holy fuck, zombies is coming. Fuck off, Brad. Remove zombies and focus on multiplayer, please. XD.
Could do that in these maps and be successful, but
talking too much. Talking to me. 50-50 blackout. Multiplayer. BDM.
Changing your play style and using the different weapons.
Transit 2. Yep.
Even more successful, and that's kind of that that feeling we want is like, okay, I tried something new that way.
Laughing that's pre-recorded, how lazy.
Not
wrong. Like, more zombie camos, agreed.
Right, is like, oh, this is Casino.
Actually, no, I don't really care. Casino zombies.
Lockup. That's the main thing is this feeling.
Zombies.
Different.
Zombies is trash.
Obviously feels very Treyarch and Black Ops 4.
There's so much zombie content.
Miles, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, thanks.
That segment with Miles may have been pre-recorded, but right now I am here live and in the flesh.
Oh! All right, shut up.
Jason and Craig to catch up on all things zombies. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hey, Joe.
Okay, I'm turning off chat for a second here. I want to focus on this, sorry.
For zombies, in today's blog post, we mentioned that there's a new experience coming in March, which we'll get to in a moment. But we've got some, we've got the name to reveal. We've got some stuff for today.
Some stuff.
So
it might be an idea to kind of recap a little bit where we're up to.
I like where you're going. It's like you're in my head thinking my thoughts. Go with that.
See that? That was me transmitting the idea to you, John. So, obviously, with launch of Black Ops 4, we've kind of had more maps than we've ever had at this stage. So it's
ever had at this stage.
We had our 2 Chaos maps at launch and our 2 Ether maps. And then we had the Dead of the Night, which is a little bit of a palate cleanser. But now it's time to announce that after all the craziness that the characters went through in Voyage of Despair and 9, they are now going to be going somewhere else.
Oh, so it's not a filler map.
Of our next map. Now, what's fun about this is with all those launch maps, things were a little bit crazy for the characters and the community. But now those guys know what's going on a little bit more, so they are going somewhere new, somewhere they're already on the journey to. And people have seen the outros, will have an idea about this. We are going to Greece. and we're specifically going to Delphi. Delphi.
What's that?
What do you know about Delphi, Jason?
It's in Greece.
It is. Right. Plenty more facts like that coming up.
It's called expert knowledge.
But what, now that people and the characters understand the rules of the Chaos story a little bit more, we're going to do something interesting here, because we are actually going to be visiting a world where a Sentinel trial has been running for a very, very, very long time. Because as some people will discover, Sentinel trials tend to end when they are completed or when everybody dies. So in our new level, there are some other characters knocking about.
Yes.
And you're going to have to find out about them and what role they play and why this trial is continuing and where it's ultimately going to lead them.
Because all our previous maps, we saw the trial start.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the first one where this trial's been running, as Craig said, for a very long time.
All right. So in addition to, we teased the key art this morning. We've got an image of that Tommy can throw up, but we also have a name.
There we go.
There we go, lovely.
Boom. Ancient Evil.
Ancient Evil.
Ancient Evil.
Yeah.
Like I said, a long time. That's what ancient means.
We were like, how do we hint to the audience?
Get the thesaurus out, Jason.
Yes. Ancient Evil.
So yeah, as I say, this one
Please talk about an Ether map, please.
Kind of map that I really like, where there's a lot of events and characters and significant story shifts within the map. I mean, going back to what we were talking about before, you know, there's some things hanging over our characters. If you saw the outros of Voyage of Despair and 9, and all of those things will come into play. You know, people they've been under the influence of drugs, but some of them, as players will know, are also under the influence of some other forces, and all of that come to bear in Ancient Evil.
So tell us,
dumb name.
that there's a little bit of news that you wanted to share in terms of sort of the twisting and turning of the storyline and sort of where it's headed.
Yeah. So this map represents the last map of the Chaos story for this season. So,
Jason, where are you going with this? What could it mean?
So this is the cliffhanger here.
Maybe a step too far, but it's cool.
Yes!
You can go higher in pitch if you try.
Yes!
So this is
the wrong pants.
this is the last one of the Chaos story for this season.
For this season.
So the next two, so going into our DLC 3 and DLC 4, will be back to the Ether.
Woo!
It's one of those things. You know how
I plugged my headphones.
Jason said we like to have our cake and eat it. It's nice the fact that we're going to have a kind of nice even split, 4 and 4, between Ether and Chaos, because we still enjoy them.
Yeah, we like our cake and eat it, and a small cake factory on the side as well.
And a second cake.
Yeah.
All right, so there's all of that cake coming in March,
yes.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't any updates, double negative, sorry. There are updates coming tomorrow when...
Cupcakes.
We got some updates coming tomorrow.
We're just going to shout bakery things out.
DEFCON 5, go.
DEFCON 5, new gauntlet for Class 5. And then we also have a new gauntlet for Blood of the Dead as well, which is Helcatraz. Interesting little story there. Helcatraz was the name of Mob of the Dead when we first made it. Way back.
What's up, Master? Or Mather, sorry. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, there's actually a picture of sitting around the office that says Helcatraz that we mocked up when we were thinking of Mob of the Dead in the very beginning. So there we go.
I mean, there's some footage on here of the gauntlets, but one of the things that appeals to me about the gauntlets, and I think I've made no mistake about not being a particularly good player, I'm not as bad as sometimes we've said, but the fun thing about the gauntlets is Jason's nodding, that's not fair. The fun thing about the gauntlets is it does let people experience some of the features and bosses and enemies and stuff that you wouldn't get to in the course of amateur play.
Yo, new perk! So new perk, baby! New perk!
It can really help educate you about a level as well.
It's a new perk that's coming tomorrow.
One of the fun things I like about gauntlets.
Yeah, and it's, you know, so when we first put gauntlets out, we didn't know how it was going to be received, and we got an overwhelming kind of positive response in terms of
gauntlets are fun.
Mixing up the gameplay. So we've been listening to that feedback.
I haven't done any of them,
changed some of our rules or adapted to that feedback, and so those are in Helcatraz.
New perk, what does it do?
DEFCON 5.
That's the one I teased the other day.
It's really good for kind of beginners because it'll teach you about a level. You know, hey, tell you about a shield, tell you about certain weapons and usage. But then it's also good for advanced players because it tests you in different ways as you get further up.
That challenge looks so...
last time, which is 3 sets of...
PlayStation pays more
to get all the way through.
It pays so that can happen. Like, wait, what was that? Hold up, wait a second. What was that knife?
Yes.
Great name.
Yeah, literally hours were spent on that name. Yeah, I'll leave it for the community to discover, but essentially it's a perk which has a buff to your knife or to your melee weapon, and
it's a perk. I'm dumb.
To gain health when attacking
That's kind of useless, but I'm glad they're adding something.
I also believe that you've got plans to support signature weapons and throwing in some additional tier skips along the way.
Yes, so let's start with tier skip. So tier skip currently, if you've played around 15 on a daily basis, you get the tier skip.
Yeah, that's too much.
Now in this next update, daily callings will also give you that tier skip. So
if you can just run and get a kill in Blackout, why would you play like half an hour of zombies instead?
2 tier skips now possible from the friends of the zombies. Yeah. And signature weapons as well are coming in.
Yeah. Shortly, we will have David Vonderhaar and Matt Schranz on to talk all things Blackout. And we've got a special video that we want to share with anyone. What would you guys like to, anything that you'd like to wrap up on with any updates tomorrow, anything about what is to come between now and March?
Please say Nuketown. Please get it. Please say Nuketown. Please say Nuketown. Please say Nuketown. Please say Nuketown.
So I'll
more things coming.
More things coming. Yes, more things coming. I think we've got blogs and other things kind of that'll, I don't want to spill all the beans right now. So I'll leave that alone.
Sure.
But the video coming up is our director's music video that we always do for Dead of the Night.
Yeah, which was one of the funnest.
Ooh.
With the cast and just some of the ideas in it. It's one of my favourite ones to play. I like following ghosts around, which is why I work so closely with Jason.
There we go. There we go.
So yeah, it's kind of
ooh, I like these videos.
Rock and roll.
All right, outstanding. Well, then on that note, we will throw it to Dead of the Night.
No Nuketown yet, boys. Am I getting copyright for this? Hope not. What? 40. Oh, I'm saying pointing them out. Quality's so bad. Wait, what? Wait, what was that? Wait, what? Oh, is it the crossbow? Oh. I'm dumb. I didn't know that. I've never done it. So evil. You got free. The only one I remember the name of. Cat 40? Zombies? I don't know. What? Oh, it's showing what happened to Godfrey. Alistair, how you doing? Still amazing end cutscene though. Oh shit. What? He used the staff on Godfrey to revive him? Is that how Bruno became part of the Order? Because that's what happened to him too. It gives you the dark side? Yes, I don't know. Wait, what? How are there two? That makes no sense. Oh boy. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I do like those videos.
Welcome back. Here to keep the conversation rolling on all things Operation 3 Grand Heist with a focus on Blackout is David Vonderhaar and Matt Schranz. So guys, we got a couple things to get through today. Let's kick it off with the new prestige system and some of the emblems that one may have seen teased on various social media.
We're not in a hurry, right? We got some time?
we have as much time as you want, David.
Good, because I could take a lot of time.
We'll take it. There we go.
Here we go. So let's talk about the prestige system, which is really more than just the prestige system. So let's talk about what all encompasses all the changes that got made to the merit system in general. So first up, you are going to be able to prestige in Blackout. There is a healthy dose of the population that's sitting at 80 star, wondering what to do next.
Yeah.
That's coming. And then there's a lot of folks who are not there. So there's a big chasm and gap between the folks sitting at the top and the folks not. So for the folks sitting at the top, you're going to be able to prestige. It's the 10 levels of prestige, but it's also more than that because the Paragon levels make their way into Blackout. So you're going to be able to play forever. On top of that, though, let's talk about the folks that are not quite there yet. The guys sitting at 35 and 45 and feeling like it's hard to advance. So this was a design decision that we made pretty early on to only reward kills and placements at the high end because that's the core of that mode. But we're loosening that up so that there'll be more placements kind of below that. So for example, in quads it's pretty much the same. The top 50% of the players will be able to advance, but solo players and duo players gets lots of love right now because those players, that 50% of them will now also be able to advance, get merits for placement. So we sort of push the placements down further. That covers the two things. Maybe even more importantly than that, which is a little harder to understand, sort of if you just look at it, is the Blackout merit system has everything multiplied by 10. And what that lets us do is create more merits to give out in more situations to more people more of the time. If you only give out one merit for something, it's hard to give out a half a merit for something. So 1 becomes 10 and 100 becomes 1,000, right? And that kind of system change allows us to do other things, especially in other kinds of game modes, where we can give away more merits for different types of activities related to that featured playlist. So those are the three major changes going on there in the nutshell version.
All right. One of the things that...
I'm happy about more merits. It's hard.
One of the things that Dan talked about at the front end is that all of the content that was illustrated in the roadmap that we shared this morning isn't necessarily available on day one. A great example of that is Hot Pursuit, new game mode coming within Blackout.
Oh, come on.
Friday.
Yep, Friday.
Hot Pursuit. What do we need to know?
Why?
It is hot, and there will be pursuit.
Nice.
No, it's so it's a super fun game mode. With our past game modes, Close Quarters Frenzy, Ambush. Has been, a variant. It's still, very slow. The gameplay is still there from Blackout, but with this, we kind of want to say, we said, how can we have more fun? How can we fit the theme of this cops and robbers Operation Grand Heist? So we've been working on brand new vehicles, and they're going to be highlighted in Hot Pursuit. First up are the police vehicles. We've got the police SUV, we've got the PBR boat. And then we've got some other vehicles that the players already used, and those are going to have police skins in Hot Pursuit. And when you hop into a police vehicle, whether it be an SUV or an ATV or PBR, you're going to have some inherent benefits that are going to feed into that game mode. So police vehicles,
I get you.
First up, they're going to have a built-in sensor dart. That's one of those things where from the early days of Blackout, we saw players shooting their vehicle with a sensor dart. So let's build that in for this game mode. It makes perfect sense. So when you're cruising around in a police vehicle with your sirens on, you're going to get the benefit of a sensor dart. So you're going to be able to move through and kind of root out the bad guys. On top of that,
at great penalty, I mean the siren's not exactly quiet.
The sirens are not quiet. So if you want,
that's fun.
That's what we call risk reward, John. So
if you could show me like in shapes, maybe scratch and sniff, that would be great. It's like I'm pretty baseline.
We'll check it out after.
Okay.
So in addition to that, the police vehicles will also see enemy muscle cars marked. So that marking is going to be a red beam shooting up from the sky, which is super cool. You hop into a police vehicle and you just look around, and you're going to see all these bad guys marked by the beams. You want to go chase those guys. The muscle cars,
of course, the warden has their
benefits, and their benefit is they're going to be on the lookout for loot, high value loot. And so their benefit is they're going to get the same marking,
cool. I like
but
this.
a green beam and that's going to mark every single supply drop and supply stash that's currently active in the level. And we've taken a lot of the high-value loot, level 3 armor, trauma kit, tactical weapons, operator weapons, gold weapons, and those are only going to be found in supply drops and stashes. So if you want that good stuff, you're going to want to grab a muscle car, head to the nearest supply drop or stash, and get that out of there. In playtesting, the fun, the laughs, the chuckles that we've heard most is when you're chasing each other around. So the police vehicles are on the hot pursuit of the muscle cars, who are then looking for the loot. We're kind of working off a variation of down but not out respawn rules. So if you have a teammate alive at the next collapse, you're going to be able to redeploy. With this, we kind of looked at that, and we saw, it can be tough to drop into the last circle with a strike.
That seemed pretty fun.
So we're going to try what we're calling escalating loadouts, and those loadouts will escalate per circle or per collapse. So you may start out with a strife and some ammo, and if you get the chance to drop in the final collapse, you may get a little bit better of a loadout. So that's going to be where you're going to end up dropping in with an SMG, maybe some armor, just because we know it can be more difficult in those final minutes to really compete with enemies that are on the ground. So it's super interesting, super fun, and we've been having a blast with it.
And throws the rules of a blackout kind of experience and turns them inside out, where you're getting more stronger the longer you go. It's fun. It's fun.
Well, I mean,
good diversion from the core.
Just riff on that for a minute, because it seems like you mentioned down but not out, and it seems like between what the team has been doing in Operation 2. What's planned with Hot Pursuit? Seems like new game modes are an opportunity to kind of play in new and inventive ways.
Yeah, I think what you'll see, sort of operation to operation, every operation has kind of a core theme to it. This one, Operation Grand Heist, you have cops and robbers, so you see a lot of cops and robbers related activity across MP and Blackout. So that one has this mode. Other future operations will also have its core theme or core idea, so it'll have its kind of crazy new take on a game mode. Yep. But it's not just the one that you get kind of the first couple days of the operation. There's some other activities around there, hardcore, and some other thoughts that were going on. So we're going to keep the pure game mode evolving, right? The pure base, battle royale experience that people know. But we're also going to constantly try to put the featured playlist in, including the featured playlist that you've seen. So it's not just about Grand Heist. It'll also be about Down But Not Out. It'll also be about Ambush. It'll also be about all the things that you sort of create along the way and the combinations of them. So as we build up this library, like Matt said, we actually get to take some of the rules from one and apply them to the other, and then everything kind of just gets faster and better as a result of the continued involvement and progress that we're making, to allow different types of game modes to be played inside of the Blackout map. One day, who knows what's possible?
Anything's possible. Well, I'm sure that our good friend Ben Lewis will have plenty of updates on the Reddit machine tomorrow. Along with that, I'm sure there'll be a number of sort of updates in terms of quality of life. You guys have been busy on that front as well.
So nothing is more important to fans than the quality of life improvements, at least when they hit me up directly. So there's a couple of things that are going to make it in right off the bat, and more still in the way. So the three that are probably worth kind of mentioning right off the bat is, if you remember the new the stash UI, what we call the supply stash or the death stash UI, when there's an item in the stash, it only shows up once. It doesn't show up like a frag, a frag, a frag. It shows a frag with 3 pips on it. So that idea has been carried over to the quick equip menu. So when you're pressing up on the D-pad to kind of select something quickly, you don't have to burn the space of it 3 times.
Yeah, that's a good change.
So it just makes everything a little bit faster. So that idea has now evolved into the quick equip working the same way. That's one. The one that I think fans will be super excited about is when you go to get a gun, you can strip the attachments off that gun immediately and then put them on the gun that you have. So that's a big change. So if you got a tactical, for example, on the ground, which of us does not strip the tactical to put all that stuff on the gun that we're using? We pretty much all do that. So now you can just do that. And you can do that with any gun. Anything that's not compatible will just kind of drop to the ground around you. So that's a big change. Nice. And then the other one that I like is you can actually now equip something when you pick it up immediately for both equipment and for health items. So if there's a big med kit on the ground of some type, or maybe an axe, you just grab it and it's in your inventory, so you can throw it and grab it and throw it and grab it, right? You don't have to grab it, go into inventory, go up to quick equip. All that's now one action. So those 3 things are the sort of the significant ones that players will be able to feel kind of right away on Tuesday, and then some more that we're still experimenting with in the quick equip for potentially downstream in the season.
And along with that, there are some tuning updates that you guys have planned as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like MP, we've got a big list of tuning updates, weapon balance changes, based off of data, based off of feedback. You know, one that I'll mention that's come up a lot in feedback is the ABR. ABR is a great weapon in Blackout. We definitely saw its popularity rise a bit with our previous armor tuning. So you know, that one's going to get a little bit of a change. I believe on that one we've increased the recoil just a touch, and we've increased the delay between bursts just a touch.
Oh yeah,
again.
I don't really have it.
We don't want to swing too hard. I think we did that with the SDM. You know, sometimes we can look at the data and you get a lot of feedback and kind of overshoot that. So we've made some micro changes, taken a look at the data, and I think everybody's gonna. It's not. I wouldn't say a huge meta shift, but some of those weapons that you have been carrying, you know, you may want to look at something else. For example, light machine guns. That's a big change for us. You know, it is a small change.
Yeah, but why? It's important to know why, right? So
you kind of look at that journey. So over the past 2 weeks, we've got a lot of feedback about everybody's driving ATVs, running people over. We don't want that to happen. You know, vehicles are for traversing the map. We don't want them to be primarily used as offensive weapons. But we don't want.
That's all I have. That's
all
I got going for you, man.
No, you can still try. But
then you should play Hot Pursuit. No, but that said, it's still a part of Blackout.
Yeah.
You can still get ran over.
So what are you doing with the LMGs?
So with LMGs, we were like, you know what? We don't want these to be laser weapons. We don't want everybody.
Vandahar. He has no idea
what can we do with them to
love
give
them,
them a unique benefit. So they're actually going to do double damage against vehicles. So, you know, for example, a Titan in Blackout may take today 40 bullets to take out an ATV or a helicopter. It's going to come down to 20. So those VKM 750s and those Titans that you leave laying around, you may want to pick up one of those and you know keep it handy.
You want to. I mean, the meta changes over time, right? So we think it's so important that there are fast-moving vehicles in the map. That's what the ATV is for. The ATV is not necessarily supposed to be used predominantly as a weapon, and it was really Ambush, I think, that where we started to sort of see that kind of behavior come out. It's not unexpected in a mode like that, but then that becomes sort of the part of the new meta, and that's the fun thing about working on Blackout is the meta is changing all the time. What was super viable yesterday was not viable 10 days ago, and vice versa in the future. So you have to constantly evolve with the times with that stuff. So now there's multiple counters.
I don't know what they're talking about anymore.
Tuning is kind of an unusual place to go look. But now an LMG, which most of us would probably pass over most of the time if you look at the data, if you look at how we play, if you look at how you play. But now you hold an LMG as a secondary, and it's on par or better than a rocket launcher as a secondary, on par or better than a ballistic shield as a primary equipment, on par or better than mesh mines as an attribute device. So now there's like 4 different ways, alternative, and the LMGs are good because once you start using LMGs to blow up vehicles, you're going to start using LMGs to blow up people. And then this weapon that you're all skipping over most of the time, you're probably not skipping over it quite the same.
Yeah, but then no one's going to be cars.
Today. Then there'll be something else in the next season as the meta evolves and changes. And that's what makes it fun. Makes it complicated to keep up with the pace of it, for sure. Make no mistake, we know this better than anybody, but we're not done trying, and this is one way. Yep. Just removing the ATVs is not a solution. Their start speeds, potentially other things that we've looked at, including fuel, potentially. I'm not saying so. I'm not sure that's the right thing to do quite yet. But we talk about these things all the time. We're listening to what you're saying about that. We're looking for interesting ways to solve those problems, not just the really obvious way, which is to delete everything, right? Delete everything, you have nothing left.
Yep. And then additionally for LMGs, since we're on that topic, they're all going to have a little bit less recoil. So they'll be slightly less frustrating to use against infantry. So yeah, I think I'll be picking up a Titan over.
T-minus 1 day until you tell me they're overpowered. One day.
Yeah.
1 day.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
You guys are like the best guests ever. Like I mean, wind you up, let you go.
Tell me when to stop.
This is.
Do it.
Warzone.
No.
I did that for the tweet earlier. All right, let's move on.
All right.
One more on
What?
tuning.
This is Blackout.
And I'm sure we'll get a lot of feedback. Hopefully all positive.
They're so loud.
Hopefully.
Armor.
Undoubtedly.
We gotta talk about armor.
We've
touched
armor a few times. Armor's a new thing for us. Levels of armor, Blackout's a new thing for us. So we're still trying to dial that in.
What would you do, Matt?
Well, for this title update, we took a look at the data from where we were before our last change to our oh my god, level 1 is paper now. I hear you. I hear you.
Level 1 is paper.
And you know what? Level 1, looking at the data, the curves of our graph of where people were dying previous to the patch to after, you weren't entirely wrong. So we are going to bring up level 1 and level 2. So level 1's going to get a slight bump. Level 2 is actually going to come up to where level 3 is now, as far as damage mitigation.
Damage mitigation, not durability. Don't confuse the two.
Right. So we flattened.
So many people tweeting me.
We flattened the armor levels.
Thank you.
But now level 3 still has the inherent mitigation of headshot damage. We've also brought back the armor plates to repair for level 3 armor back down to 5. Now that those are all a little bit more aligned. So
talk about the shot differential though, because in the abstract it can seem like they're super delta and they're not.
Yeah, sure.
Delta.
Before we made our tuning changes, I believe it was 5 shots with an ICR against an unarmored enemy, still the same, and then it kind of went up from 6 to 8 to 10. So we're slowly flattening that down a bit, and when you just look at that on paper, it doesn't seem like a huge change, but depending on the range and if you're using a very low-powered SMG, it can, those hits to kill can jump a bit. So we're just trying to dial those in, and I think this pass we've all been super happy with internally. So I'm looking forward to getting the feedback on that, like I inevitably will.
So level 2 and 3 absorb the same
David,
damage.
You guys have you brought a build with us, and you wanted to jump into some of the new locations.
This is doing it live. I mean, everybody else.
Are you sufficiently pumped?
I don't know. I'm steaming. There's steam coming off of me. All right, so what we're going to do is try this in real time. So, yeah, we had one of those fancy fly-through videos like MP had and them slickly produced zombie videos, but no, we're going to try it the hard way because we're doing it live. So,
oh, no.
Like, I want to show you this stuff because it's just sort of easier to talk about than watching a video. So can we put this up on the screen and show everybody? That's good. So what you guys are staring at in real time is Ghost Town. Ghost Town is the primary new destination that we've been talking about. And Ghost Town is the combination of standoff or outlaw, depending on which version you like.
That's buried down there, 100%. Yep.
Add it to the blackout map. So let me just show you where
they have an underground place down that's buried.
I'm down here.
Oh, that's all they added.
Right down here in the southeast corner of the map. Is that right? Yeah. So a significant new destination. And so just give you a sense of scale here. If you ever played Buried from Zombies, then you kind of know what you're staring at here. So the mansion on this side, and then all the
they have the whole town buried, bro.
Just quickly, then I'll fall back out and show you some other things.
It was cheating.
All this stuff is playable. So all this kind of interior space has all the loot that you'd expect of kind of a primary destination, has all the kinds of tricks and traps and backsides and flow-throughs and all the things that you would know. And this is all covered up, so you're not going to have anybody dropping on you. The downside of it being underground is that you can't actually just sort of escape through the top. There's no clear way to get back through there. So you're going to have to use one of the many ways to get out, which means the chokes
that was not
trying to get in and out of a destination like this can be pretty severe. There's only sort of 3 primary ways in and out.
That looks like the little mine shaft.
Entrances are not the same thing as
final
exits, and you cannot just sort of surface jump from the top of something and make a run for it in any sort of direction. So this is kind of what, good. Cannot get the dev GUI there. Help me out.
Need some help?
Yeah, I need some help with that.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know why the no clip's not working.
You're getting the hacks back.
Hour up in here. So you got Outlaw, you got Standoff on this side of the map, and then the way down into the buried section.
That's cool. That is cool. I like that.
Through the jail cell of Outlaw. So you're going to have a lot of fun. This one is particularly
it's like Leroy.
It's like a one-way kind of slide down this mine shaft, which can be pretty entertaining and choky. So this is a significant destination add. Just to put this in perspective, if you look at the playable space and the
that's a transit church.
And the number of places that things can go, you're talking construction site level spawning of items here. So this will be a pretty fun and pretty insane destination that provides a particularly new experience.
There's going to be at least 80 people there tomorrow.
Just before we stop on that, there's another thing to talk about. This is not the only thing that we did. So I'm going to show you 3 examples of stuff. So there's things that we've done inside the blackout map, which we would call completely new. So there's this entire kind of camp section.
Okay, that looks straight out of H1Z1.
Where the dam is and where the offices are. So if you look at where I am in the map up here, there's Hydro. This is a very popular drop for myself and Davey in the Bridge Ambush community. Shout out, boys. I'll see you tonight. You got this thing right here. which is where this is. So now you've got pressure on Hydro, not just from the guys who dropped short on offices or the guys coming up from Asylum, but also this whole thing, which is now pretty viable. It's like a decent, viably suitable place to drop.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's on the outskirts.
Looted, but then you're going to put pressure on the guys.
That looks straight out of H1, bro.
So that's what we call new, and there's more than one of those. The other one is down here. This is another example of something inside the map that's completely new. But that's not sort of the totality of that story either. Let me go over, find my way here. This is what doing it live looks like, guys. I'm going to come over here and drop what we would probably call, or what you would call, apartments or condos. You remember this section of the map here is typically has been 6 buildings, what we called the 6-pack, or actually that was a term I think you guys picked up. 6-pack, and then we now have it as an 8-pack. So now this is even more viable as a potential first drop, even in a quad game. So you get some pretty fun activity, sort of guys fighting across the street from one another or house to house. Now there's 8 buildings. So again, you're not going to walk out of here completely looted up with the quad game, but you're definitely walking out of here in a duo game and a solo game super looted up. So that's what we would call expanded. So you have new, which are destinations which didn't exist, sort of secondary and supporting structures, and you have these, which are expanded, and there's lots of these. I want to show you one more because firing range fans will be thrilled to death or very, 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 very unhappy with me. So here's another one that's gotten expanded. Look how close this is to firing range. So if you get drop firing range and you cleared it all out and you think you're done, maybe, maybe not, because you're going to have this destination, which has been expanded, putting pressure on you coming down from the hill here. And this is an absolutely tough fight. It's tough enough as it is. I mean, now it's even tougher still. So we like these kind of destinations which are close to. They're not as large as or significant as, but they're also adjacent to, and that puts interesting pressure on players. One last one to talk about, sort of, and that's, you know, more macro than that. What you'll see along the way is kind of different and more supporting things, sort of running along your typical paths that are just sort of expanded. I think this one by the riverbank here. Let's see, where am I?
Yeah, some of those the support structure additions we've added are my favorite for my playstyle because I don't like to drop hot. It stresses me out. So with these new support structures and my leisurely jaunt from place to place, destination to destination, I have more places to kind of explore and look at.
What's
Ooh,
that?
That's a muscle car.
What is that?
What's that? What is this?
That's a.
Oh. That's pretty nice.
It's time to wager on, to wager. Oh no.
So as you're driving around,
only a 2-seater.
Some of these areas that you're pointing out, like these are things that have been sort of coming into existence. It's not like they just kind of popped out of nowhere, right?
Oh my gosh, we started seeding out kind of the survey stakes as an example.
Yeah.
Where these things might be going, and with the high degree of wait.
What is that, David?
Oh, police car.
What's that?
That's the 5-0.
Whoa! No, you didn't, Matt.
There you go.
You
can
didn't.
see a good little look at the built-in sensor dart there. No enemies.
Built-in sensor dart?
Oh my God, what have you done?
Yo, look at that. Look at the map. It's like it has a sensor dart on it. What the hell? That's insane.
Why would you turn them off?
Well, if you want to be a little bit stealthier, if you want to go for more of a cold pursuit,
I'm done.
I don't know.
I think I've outlived my usefulness on this one.
Thanks, Hot Fuzz. Appreciate it.
That's cool.
All right.
I'm never gonna hear the end of this one.
All right. So, is there anything else in the blackout front that you want to cover here today?
Is there anything in the blackout front that you want us to cover today?
No. I see what you just did there. No, I mean we covered it all. I mean,
there's a lot there. Like Vaughn said, we could sit and talk for hours about the changes that players are going to see tomorrow, that they're going to see.
I'm pretty hyped now.
A week after that.
Not zombies, but it's a good second.
When he was up, I want to reinforce this stuff. Like this season, the operation, is not tomorrow. It is not Thursday. It is not Friday. It is tomorrow and Thursday and Friday and the entire time. And we put the roadmap up on the Treyarch website. It's Treyarch.com. I linked it earlier so that people can just have a direct link to that thing while you guys were talking about it. It's just really important that you understand that this stuff is seasoned and plotted out over the course of time. It is designed to give you things kind of on a schedule that's predictable, and it's absolutely and 100%, and you're absolutely right, on us to do a better job communicating how that works, and that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, please.
And it's not the only thing we got going on with this. We got some deep dives on the coming with the developer update, which they're editing right now, I think, and we're going to do a much better job. We're going to get on camera a lot more and talk through these things so you guys can understand them more than the bullet point inside the Reddit post. That's just one of the things that we do. It's
not what we're doing and why we're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Did we make it through?
I think we made it through. All right, before we head out today, just wanted to offer a few thank yous. First, thank you to our guests who worked really hard to get here today. Also want to thank the comms crew, Tommy, Ben, Stephanie, Foxy, and Mr. Jay Purrier, Robert Sanchez, Lee Staples, and Rose Villasenor. Want to thank all you guys. Want a few special call-outs for the Activision crew, Malik, Jeffrey, Jared Castle, all of Art Services, Justin McFarland, and for all your help.
Well, that was pretty nice. Yo, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. I got you. Nuketown Remastered. Right here, baby. Nuketown Remastered. Oh, it looks... Black Ops... Oh, they changed the entire UI of Black Ops 4. Look, it looks just like Black Ops 2. That's crazy. This is insane. Can't believe they did this. It's crazy, man. Can't believe it. Crazy. No one saw this coming. Okay, this is quiet. Who would have thought they would have changed the entire UI? Crazy. Absolutely insane. Can't believe we're playing Nuketown Remastered, boys. Absolutely insane. Thanks for Treyarch for inviting me out to play this early. Appreciate it. You guys are great. Can't believe it. Brand new Nuketown Remastered. Starts from around 20. Absolutely insane. And I'm dead. Alright, well, thank you. Thank you, Treyarch, for inviting me out to play Nuketown Remastered. Thank you guys for watching this stream, and we might be streaming tomorrow. I might stream Blackout tomorrow. Not quite sure, I haven't decided yet. Don't know if I want to actually put Blackout on my channel. But, thank you guys for watching, and I'll peace out.